This is the only mini that I own. It's a mini of my character in my Wednesday.
Okay, we got it fixed.
Oh, good.
Hey.
Bye, Lena.
Let's start over, I guess. Welcome back to Weave the Tale for part 2 of Necrobiotic, a lovely, terrifying, slightly game about creepy necropunk style things. But before we go into that, there's also romance, yes, or the avoidance of romance, one of the two. But first, let's have everybody reintroduce themselves since nobody heard last time, starting with Yi. Matt, can you reintroduce yourself? You're muted.
You're muted, though.
Oh, my bad. Hello. So, I'm Matt. I'll be playing Yi, the technophant, who is on the search for his brother. He's got his techno-powered armor, so he can withstand as much physical punishment as possible. Though, with the way things are looking in this campaign, it looks like there will be a lot more emotional punishment to deal with.
Next is Eli.
Hi, I'm playing Eli, a architect working at the Citadel of Sciences here in Florence, who has just been wrapped up, unfortunately, in a mission or job with his ex, and he is not dealing with it well at all.
Nope. And we will go to said ex, Fiora.
Oh, hi. Hello. My name is Sydney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sydney Rubino. And I'm playing Fiora, the child of the river, who is very excited not excited. She's not excited to be here. But you know, Sydney's excited to be here and is excited to play with a brand new person today and these amazing people that we played with 2 weeks ago. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Speaking of brand new person, Amelia.
Hey. I'm Blue. I'll be playing Amelia this evening. Today even. I should probably not put names on it. Anyways, I'm super hyped to join you. And Amelia is the technosophist for the group. She likes making things, fixing things, preferably not blowing things up, but you know, it happens. That one time. And I'm excited to see how I can help.
Fantastic. And I am Nikki, aka Beholder to No One, where you can find me on Twitter at Beholder to No One. And I will be your machinist today for Necrobiotic. First, let's go through some sponsors. We have Grinding Coffee, a Black LGBT plus owned coffee business that will keep you awake and happy with the best roasts directly shipped to your door. You can use the affiliate link by using the command !coffee for the link, and note that our discount code is penny for a tale. And Mitch there is drinking. Yesterday was Gay Agenda. Today is Turtle Drinks.
It tastes of caramel.
I don't know why turtle drinks taste like caramel, but it sounds delicious.
It's a thing. Most people don't know if you lick a turtle, it tastes like caramel. So.
And then we also have Dice Dungeons, a Baltimore-based company that has a passion for making beautiful and high-quality dice and gaming accessories for every table. You can check them out by using our command !dice. And if you're looking to add something special to your RPG accessory hoard. Finally, this summer season we have been gifted with adorable mini weavers, and we'll be having a giveaway for them at the end of the season. The Fibermancers would love to make a unique and magical piece for you. You can visit them at fibermancers4.com. As a quick reminder, you can interact with us at 6 p.m. There will be a post going out, which if you retweet it and we get 20 retweets, the players get a boon. If we hit 30, they get a bane, so let's make that happen. You can also sub to the sub to the channel, and they will also get extra things for that. And finally, you can donate to actually affect the game. For as little as $5, you can give them the ability to draw from the top of the deck. You can also give them... Yeah, there you go. For $15, you can have something happen in the shadows, and they don't know what it is. For $25, all players can refresh their hand, which means they basically can get rid of one card and then draw up to their max hand size without actually taking a break. And at $50, oh shit, I had to throw something big at the party. $75, everybody gets a care package of an item of their choice, and $150, we get a special one-shot or story. So please donate if you want to see any of that or help the players out. All of the money is given to the people who play with us, so it's exciting. Help us survive. On that note, let's get this party started. So last time, you guys are all currently at, well, everybody except for Amelia, which we will get to in just a moment. You guys are all currently at Eli's house eating cucumber sandwiches that he mutilated with a giant spear, a knife, and then did not like the fact that he cut his in triangles and everybody else's in squares, which was just rude. There's a lot of animosity going around, but you were looking for one more player or one more person for your party that you were mentioned. You weren't given a name or anything. So what are you three doing just for like a brief glimpse while you're eating your cucumber sandwiches?
Eli, because I believe last he retreated to his room to eat his cucumber sandwiches. He locked the door and he's currently sitting at his desk and staring at a closed letter that was the alternate to what he was going to send to his dearest friend, but chose not to, among other books and such. So yeah, he's just kind of, he has like the window partly open. He's looking at like his little hummingbird, a hummingbird house just right outside his window, eating his triangular cut cucumber sandwiches. Just like
you see a little machinist hummingbird actually just floating by, and it has this long tendril that just sticks out. It's completely metallic and goes into the teeny tiny hole for the hummingbirds, and its stomach fills up with whatever is inside of it. It's oil, I think, actually. And it's very content and then flutters away.
Yeah. He's just like,
Fiora, what are you doing?
Well, I'm still in as far as I can remember, I'm still in the rest of the house with Yi, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. So I think Fiora is just chatting with Yi, getting to know him a little bit better, because they had, now Fiora knows Yi's, primary objective, and has agreed to help him out with it. But I feel like, there's more to a person than just what drives you. There's, she's gonna ask him, well, what's your favorite book?
I don't read very much. I think the last time I read was when I was with my brother, and, well, I didn't do much reading. He was reading it out loud, and I think I caught some of it, but it seemed interesting. It was something about vampires.
Really? Well, there's a lot of famous books about vampires.
Yeah, and love triangle. So that probably narrows it down.
Love triangle vampire book. Yeah, that narrows it down. Not at all. However, I guarantee that it was probably very entertaining. Wow, what an interesting thing. Well, I don't have any vampire books, but maybe we can go back to the library to regroup at some point, and we can find a book to read.
Yeah, I'd like that. What about you?
Oh, that's a great question. I think the stories that really touched me when I was growing up were always fairy tales. You know, a world that doesn't really exist anymore. Yeah, a place that is full of magic and wonder and another way of being that doesn't necessarily include all of the modern things we find ourselves dealing with day to day.
Right. Yeah.
Escapism.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Hashtag relatable.
Very much so. Amelia, you are probably at where you work, where you keep all of your things. A lot of technosophists are very much hoarders of old things that they like to put together. And I think what happened was you did get the letter, but it was slid underneath a project accidentally while you were working. And you just didn't realize it in time, but you just finished whatever project you were working on. So what were you making?
So I've been working on this pet project where it's like a combination of an old music box and a calendar kind of thing. So the idea is that you wind it a certain amount so that on the day that you need to remember to do the thing, the music box will pop open, and then inside you'll have like a letter or a note or whatever. So it'll remind you of the thing that you're supposed to do and also play like a little nice tune. But that would be really cool, you know?
Fantastic. Since you didn't get to play a card last time, let's actually use a card to see how you do with this. And basically, how this works is you are. Does the Technosophist, does it have a particular skill for building? I need to look at the actual.
It's like electrical assembly.
Okay, and that's under gear, correct?
I've got electronic assembly as a skill.
You
that
have
I
to
need.
make the noises. You have to go like.
Clunk,
Yeah, exactly.
clunk.
So what you need to do to succeed is show me a spade from your hand. You can play up to 2 cards. So if you don't have a spade, you can play 2 cards totaling the number 8. Or you can play 2 spades if you wanted to make it fantastic. To get 2 successes, but you just need 1.
I'm quite tempted to do fantastic just for the sake of showing up. I do have 2 spades.
Okay.
But why not?
All right, that's a 4 and a 5. That's actually 3 successes because it totals up to 8 and it's 2 spade cards. So this thing is magnificent. One of your best things you've made to date. The song has multiple parts where it can change the theme depending on which type of alarm you want. And there's like 4 or 5 tiers of where you can put different notes. So you can have different alarms set at the same time. But as you're like picking it up and putting the note just in that last spot, and you're like proud, you notice that a piece of paper is underneath, and you're like, "Did I miss a note?" And you pick it up, and it's a letter from the Citadel, asking you to arrive at the library to meet a group of people to work with.
Super. I should probably do that then. When let's go there. Let's do that.
Yeah, it said to arrive about 3 hours ago.
Oh, that's they'll probably still be there. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, right?
You will say that it's easy enough for you to grab whatever you want to grab. And are you taking your music box with you?
No, I'll leave it here to show to someone else later when I get back and move on to other projects.
You quickly rush.
Tools and stuff.
Okay. You quickly rush through the streets, which you're familiar with. It's a dreary gray day. It's sprinkling a little bit. The floors are kind of disheveled. They once were asphalt, but now kind of cobblestone and messy. But you see the familiarity of carriages being pulled by half horse, half machinery. Even the drivers aren't human. They're constructs as well. Most of them built into the carriages. You see, as you're walking, or if you take a carriage, it's up to you. You see the little heads on hanging just from the radio poles as they shout out the songs or the gossip of the day. The Radiohead radios. But eventually you do make it to the library, and it is open. But nobody is inside except for a little old lady who sits behind the counter.
I think that Amelia would just head in and head over to the librarian and go, "Hey, I'm a little tiny little bit late. Just like a few hours maybe. Was there a group of people here earlier, perhaps? Maybe."
Oh, yes, yes. You were the one that they were missing. Some lovely few of them. They were wonderful, and they had. Would you like some tea?
I would love some tea.
Fantastic. And she like hobbles away without answering any more of your questions to get tea, but it is a wonderful, wonderful tea in question. And she comes back and goes, I'm Anita Twinkle, the owner of this fine establishment. And you were looking for, what were their names? There was Eli, there was Yi, and there was Fiora. Yes, that's what their names were. I do believe they went to this. I believe they went to the Citadel of Science.
Right. Okay.
Which you would know is where the architects work from mostly. As a technosophist, you usually don't go there, but because you were requested, you would be allowed in with your letter. So you're probably you're probably a little off kilter from that, just because almost nobody except for an architect wants to be there.
Hey,
Maybe the
and
most
engineers.
Okay, and engineers, sorry. 2 of the 6 options.
Yeah.
Probably take the cup of tea and be like, I can probably go there. That's drinking tea. Yep, that's an option that I have. Or I could wait here because the letter told me to come here. So
that is a wonderful idea. I will bring you more tea, and I will contact the one in charge so that they know you're here.
That's an even better idea. You're fantastic, Miss Twinkle. Miss.
I need a twinkle. Whatever. Anything is fine. And she hobbles over to a. There is on the wall one of the old school a box, but there is an ear on one part and the horn on the other, and she speaks into it and goes, I have the 4th person here for you. Yes. Okay. She is listening to the ear she's speaking into the ear and listening to the horn, and she's like, okay. No, she's waiting here. No, that's fine. No, just send them back. Just send them back here. No, all 3 of them. Okay. They'll be here shortly.
Brilliant. Is it okay if I look at the books?
Oh, yes, please. Nobody likes books these days, so I love it when someone likes books.
That's such a shame. Sort of wander around.
Let's see. Eli, do you have another way of communication with your Bork?
I think because his parents and such are such valued members of the community and the Citadel of Sciences, he has a landline in his room, just kind of old and black telephone that's been attached to the communication network that his mom and dad got him.
Okay. The phone doesn't ring very often, maybe twice, 3 times max, and they're always work emergencies. But the shrill sound of the telephone ringing is very loud in your room. And Yi and Fiora, you hear this noise, but you might not recognize what it is coming from the room while you're in the other part of the house.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll probably fall over, getting like cucumbers all over him. These little sliced, butchered cucumbers as he just falls back in his chair. It kind of screams, "My back! Oh, God!" And then just kind of like crawls over to the phone, like.
You would probably run over and bust in saying, "What's the matter? What's going on?"
As Eli's on the floor
Under
trying
attack.
He's like got his hand on the phone. Eli's bedroom is kind of like this. He has a queen size bed with these kind of velvet, kind of Victorian-esque, with the Florence patterns sheets on it. With some drapery that can go over it. He has several paintings in his room, but each one is covered up by a black cloth. And there is a violin in the corner that looks like it's very dusty, as well as like a little like desk. And then a closet in the bathroom and stuff like that. And he like looks over to you and he's like, I'm fine. Just go outside. Please close the door. It was closed for a reason. Obviously my life is not in danger in my own apartment. I'm okay. Just please step out. I'm okay. I just fell down. I got cucumbers on myself. I'll just clean this up and I'll answer this call. If you would just please take steps backwards. Thank you.
I can help you clean up.
No, it's really just my personal stuff. I have to get this. I'm sorry. Can you just close the door?
Fiora,
This is
you slip in while this is happening.
Scientist Eli.
Before I respond to Eli, Fiora, do you slip in while the door is open?
Oh, I definitely
Look
peek.
at my shame.
I definitely peek. And I see him on the floor.
Do a perception check.
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh.
Yes. Perception is steam. I do have a steam. So cute, look.
About to get steamy
fairy.
here.
Aww.
Perfect. Little fairy. Can't see it.
You see, you do see what was described, but the thing that would mean probably the most to you is you see the instrument that looks familiar, because I believe you two used to play together.
It was a long time ago, Machinist. We don't talk about those days.
I do.
All right.
Yes, we do.
It is
This
an
is
ode
emotional
to
drive.
times past. When we were children, we did as children did. Now that we are adults, we move on. Let the things we loved collect dust.
Well, if you were really over it, you'd probably get rid of it, but you didn't. So.
This is
But on the phone.
Scientist Eli. How can I help you?
Yes. The fourth person that was to work with you is at the library.
Okay. May I inquire as to their position in our great scientific empire?
They're mandatory for this project. That's all you need to know.
He's like, okay, we will be over there as soon as possible. By the way, I was inquiring, do we have the normal work times, or how should we divvy up our day in terms of work and rest?
How do I want to do this? You are under a job that requires strict focus. There is no hours until this is figured out. We do not know how long until another construct is turned.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the clarity. Yeah, some people of the team were inquiring, so I just wanted to pass along the message.
You want to make a manipulation there, buddy?
I don't wanna. I am completely okay with failing. That.
Okay.
Just...
All right.
This has been. Go ahead. Sorry.
If you choose to fail, I always forget what page it's on.
The page where everything good happens.
I love that page.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you are going to get some centralization right now. There's no reason to lie to me, and the fact that you are willing to lie to me right now on the phone makes it clear that you're willing to lie to me in the future. We will talk about this when this project is over.
Yes, I understand. My apologies. We'll head over to the library right now.
Wonderful. Click.
Ooh.
Yikes.
If you all would just give me 3 minutes, I will clean up this mess and meet you all outside of my apartment. We were requested at the library.
Great. Yeah, let's get going.
Of course.
I'll just close the door.
Why are you so awkward, bud?
I'm waiting for Eli to get caught trying to sneak out the front window.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just standing there where are you going?
It's looking out the window that's about 5 stories. I think it's worth it. I'll be fine-ish. Yeah, a lot of pain, but surely it's not as painful as stepping outside with yeah, okay. But he will pick up his cucumbers and put it back on his desk and just kind of put it in a little tin box and put it in a fridge. Okay. And then step outside, making sure that everyone else goes, and he locks the door behind him.
If you haven't already filled out to hurt, you can fill that out now. But I think you did.
Because he fell down and got cucumbers all over him? Is that
no,
why?
because he got targeted by his boss and made himself look bad.
What hurts the most is being so close.
The way experience works in this game for everybody watching is there are 4 categories, and you need to get experience in each of the 4 categories to gain 1 experience point. There's the character receives trauma in a conflict or deeply hurts an opponent physically, mentally, or emotionally. In this case, emotionally. Create something that finds itself useful. Do something that's outside of your role, or give good advice, and make a mistake. Fail or I guess that would fall under make a mistake, wouldn't it? I guess it fall under either to hurt or make a mistake, whichever. They both work.
Just lots of pain.
All the pain. That's what this game is about. So y'all go downstairs and you take a carriage, I'm assuming, to the builder's Society.
Yeah, or to the library.
Library, sorry, yes. To the library.
Yeah.
It takes about 15 minutes. Yi, are you getting up front again?
Oh, always.
What? No. Oh gosh.
Fiora and Eli are inside of the carriage once more.
Always.
He'll like
Yep,
roll
there-
down the
here we
window, so the last, the last time doesn't happen again. He's just like half of his nose is outside the window with like a little notebook resting against the side of the vehicle, just like.
You know, we're going to keep finding ourselves in this situation. You can't avoid me forever, for as long as we're working this job.
I'm not avoiding you. I think we're almost there. If I remember this street.
Okay, you
No,
arrive
there's
at
still
the
12
library.
minutes.
Thank you for that. The specific time.
You're welcome.
He's the best. That's 12 minutes. I wonder if 12 minutes is enough to unpack like the past 12 years.
I don't know what you want me to. He's like looking at this little mark in the cabin, like, oh, maybe someone scuffed it. Is that a scuff mark there? That's maybe a shoe or a scuff mark, or definitely made by a shoe.
No, it's fine. I'm not going to push you. I realize that you probably haven't changed that much. So, I can't really expect that much from you.
Yeah, you sound like my dad.
Well, I hate that.
And that's when you arrive at the library.
Oh, thank God. It was just like, not even waiting for it to stop, just, I'm out.
Fuck that shit, I'm out. Anyway.
Yeah.
As you all walk inside the library, Blue, what do they see?
Probably nothing as you immediately walk in. I imagine Amelia's round and like, you know how there's like shelves, she's kind of like walked down one of the aisles, just pulled out one book and went, oh, that's kind of cool, and then another one, oh, that's cool, and then she sat down and continued to pull out more and more books until she's like surrounded by stacks of books. So you actually have to like come in and like go around and look around, and then you just see this girl surrounded by books that are all open on different pages. And she's shimmying back and forth between them, going, oh, I wonder if I could mix that, and then, just completely scatterbrained, never holding one idea for longer than like 2 seconds.
You see 3 individuals walking in, which you can all describe yourselves if you would like. Starting with Fiora.
Yay! You see a young woman around maybe late 20s. She comes in very plain clothing, some braids strewn about her hair. No makeup, no mods, which is pretty strange around here. And, you know, most people have some kind of mod, but she's completely devoid of any of that. Pale, blonde, a little darker, blue eyes, walking in. annoyed. Straight up annoyed. But not at you. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
At least I'm
probably
pretty sure she's
directly.
not mad at me.
I think directly behind Fiora would be Yi, and Eli would be coming up the back.
Great.
Because I don't think Eli wants to go in
Yi-
the library again. Yeah.
Yi is a young man. He is about 19. He's got short pink hair, brown eyes. You would see that his face is overtaken by some metal over his right cheek. He favors big, like bulkier hoodie clothes to cover up the techno-powered armor. And this dominates his relatively thin frame. But he looks like he is kind of scoping things out. Like he'll see you, and it's almost as though he's assessing you, which internally he is. He's putting you based on the way you're, I guess, comfortable with the environment. He's putting you within his hierarchy of power, and at the moment you're at probably major tier.
I forgot about the hierarchy.
I did
There's
too.
like there's them, the dirt, and like Eli is somewhere underneath there somewhere.
Thank you, GM Glover, for the raid.
Yeah, alright guys.
Sick.
Eli is this timid individual. He's wearing the customary leather apron of an architect or one of the members of the Society of Builders. He is somewhat sweating, even though it's not hot outside, and kind of has like a nervous twitch to his right fingers. He keeps his eyes like glued to the floor and only kind of looks up at you for a second, Amelia, before he sighs and his eyes return back to the carpet.
So with you guys having like turned the corner and come into line of sight, Amelia's gonna sort of like go, oh, you must be the people. Hi. Push aside the books, sort of brush herself off and stand up, readjust her hair. She's got like little strands of green hair falling off this side and blue hair falling off this side, and she's like, nope, okay, presentable. Brush myself down. So, I'm sorry I'm late, walking forward, basically tripping over books to like get over, to be like, I was in the middle of a project, and it's really funny actually, because the project is all about reminding you about things. So it was, yeah. I'm here. So what did I miss?
That is the question of the century. Did you bring your letter with you?
Yes. Fish around in like pockets and pouches, pulling out like gears, springs, screwdriver, and then eventually later be like, here we go.
Fiora is gonna reach out to the letter. Do you hand it to her?
Yeah.
Fiora is just gonna take a look at the letter and then hand it to Yi to look it over to make sure it's legitimate and not like fake. And then Fiora looks around at Anita and asks, Anita, would you mind, is there a private room we could go to, or would you mind giving us a little space so we could talk?
I was just getting peckish. I will go make us some food. And then she just like walks out of the room.
God, I hope it's not cucumber sandwiches. Does it look, does the worst. They're only decent when they're cut into triangles.
I mean, why wouldn't you cut them into triangles? That's just madness.
I know. Exactly. I like you. Fiora looks at Yi. Is it real?
Yes.
It looks legitimate. Yes.
Oh, I didn't even consider that. Oh, see, if that had been a prank, that would have been... Oh. But yeah, no.
I think we're a little bit more concerned than just pranks. Please sit down. We should catch you up. Once everyone's seated, if you do choose to sit, Fiora is going to go into basically the past day of what's happened, how they were all brought there together, how they went to where Eli works to look at the body of the machine that was taken over by someone, and how Fiora brought them back to life to ask it questions. At that point in time, Fiora looks Amelia dead in the eyes and says, "The only reason I'm telling you that part of information is because you're part of this mission, and it's information that you need to know. However, if I find out that has gotten anywhere out of this room, we're going to have words, and they're not going to be nice ones."
Nope, that's
Great.
totally, I understand.
And then filling her in on the site and all of the things, and yes, and now we're here with you. So what do you do, and how can you help?
A lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I'm really sorry I was late. I didn't think being a few hours late would mean I missed so much. I mean, not that I meant to be late, just time got away from me. It happens, you know, I get so wrapped up in a project and but anyway, so I'm a technosophist. We can't speak today, but that's fine. And I tinker, I make, I adapt. I guess in this situation, I could probably build things or adjust things that we find. So you said that the code had been changed. Maybe I can make something that will be like a little radar, maybe, that could sort of ping whenever we're close to something that's had its coding changed. Although I don't know how useful that would be, because coding gets changed quite a lot. So maybe that's not as useful. But like, I could work on it.
As a note, if I'm remembering correctly, technosophists can't do the coding or look at the coding. Only architects and engineers can. You more work with
they're
older
that
technology.
Old school C++ weirdness. Google Firefox. What?
More thinking like when you go into code, you have to like go into something. So I could like have a way of like picking up that's happened. But
I'll say you can do it, but it'll be difficult when you do eventually try.
Yeah.
Going off of that, maybe you and Eli could work together. You could create a device and Eli could help you, because there might be a way, I mean, this is throwing this out there, correct me if I'm completely off base, but whoever edited the code to these constructs might have a signature or something we might be able to track. So if you wanted to create something that somehow would be a machine that would go off when it is around a certain code or a certain signature, that might be incredibly helpful. But I don't know if that's something within the realm of possibility. What do you think, Eli?
Staring at the book off to the side. Hi, I'm Eli, and he extends a hand to Blue. Good to meet you, scientist. Eli. Yeah, sorry, my hands are clammy. So trying to. This is. No ideas come to mind right now. In terms of.
I mean, it doesn't have to be that. I just. Yeah, that was just like the first thing. I'm a dreamer. It's all the.
Oh, that's
workshops say.
Yeah.
No.
I have some respect for the technosophers. I've talked to some militia who wish they could use some of the tech. Yep.
Certainly there's a bunch of tech that would be really cool to share with people more. I'm sure I can help somehow. The more we find out, the more I can figure out, I'm sure.
Fiora
If nothing else, I'm sure I can do like walkie-talkies or something.
Wait. Yes. Please. Please, also that. Whatever we decide to do. And also that. That's exciting. Oh my god.
Might take me a while to get all the bits and pieces, but that feels achievable.
Can mine be green? It's my favorite color.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
As you are deciding on the colors of walkie-talkies, Anita opens the door. Is like, is it safe to come in now?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your patience.
She comes out and she has basically a charcuterie board, but like it's definitely not a charcuterie board that we know of because cheese and meat is a lot harder to come by. So it's really just like dried meat with like like soy cheese type of stuff, things that are made to last as long as possible. It's as close as you're gonna get in these times. With some really stale crackers.
I don't know how hungry they will be. I made them lunch not too long ago. So.
Amelia's diving in like, oh, thank you, I'm ravenous. Just like scooping it up indiscriminately, just like, oh, this is delicious. Thank you.
Whoever thinks cucumber sandwiches are a full meal might need to go to a nutritionist.
He's just in the corner, like, I'm stuffed.
Oh no, buddy, no.
And half my sandwich.
Did you pack yourself more sandwiches?
No, I put it in the fridge. It's I had half my sandwich, so
you should try the crackers. Stuffing my face with crackers. They're really good.
Yeah, I'm stuffed. You know, plenty of nutrients stuff in the body.
As you all are sitting there, you hear from outside, from a little bit of a distance, a shrill scream.
Oh.
He runs to the door to check outside.
The rain has started coming down. The rain has started coming down a little bit harder now, but you can still see through it, and you see a woman who has, it looks like she's wearing a skirt that's kind of hiked up a little bit because she is like holding it up so it's not getting wet, but trying to run, and one of her legs is completely a construct, and her other arm is a complete construct, and she sees you see a construct following her out of the room, but not walking slow, walking very quickly, and they are rushing towards him. And this is a construct that seems to be a builder. It's somebody who puts together and fixes things, and she just is running down the street saying, I don't know what happened, it attacked like someone, and she just like keeps running.
Well, when you say built, though, does this have the additional strength of the exoskeleton attached to it, or is it more so the general default construct?
It has a little bit of extra strength, so it can lift heavy objects, but not an exoskeleton necessarily. It is stronger, though. It does have some extra muscle.
Can I run to intercept to put myself in between the builder and the woman?
You can. That I think will be a athletics.
Sick. Okay, cool. So, in this case, I do have my graceful trait, which allows me to use diamonds or spades when it comes to athletics. And so I am going to use spades, and I mean, since I am trained in it as well, I'm gonna rock 2 of them. Because this will be my miracle.
Okay. With 3 successes, as you see the woman running forward, she actually almost trips, but you're able to catch her and sweep her up and like put her behind you as you stand in front of her, and she keeps going. She does not stop to like even say like you hear thank you from far away, like already 20 feet away. But this once man, he looks like he used to be a just one of those big guys that worked on like maybe a farm or something, and like was used to lifting very heavy things. He's very bulky, and the muscles that he has in him that are machinery are just as bulky, and they're tense, but the look on his face is one that you've never seen before, because you didn't see, I don't think the ones in the lab showed any emotion. They were just saying what their emotion was, right? Okay, so you've never seen a construct with this look before, but it is the look of pure, utter hatred. And none of you have ever seen a construct angry. Constructs are calm. They are meant to do a job, and that is all they are meant to do. They don't have emotions. This one, though, is carrying a big log, which looks like it was meant to be put inside the house, and a piece of lumber, and it's heading straight for Yi. It's going to almost reach you, but everybody else can take an action if you want to before it reaches Yi.
What can my air taser reach it? If I get a little bit closer, can I do a little zap?
That's a great question. Can the air taser? The air taser,
zappy zap.
yes.
Yeah, it is ranged.
It's far hitting, so yes, it does 2 damage plus stun. So to use the item, I'm assuming you need to use a combat?
I think so.
Is that accurate, or would it be
Dex?
Dex?
For
Okay,
range.
dexterity. So your steam.
Nice, that's
Are you trained in dexterity? Meaning you have a little
that
black
is an
dot next to you.
excellent question. I am, yes.
Okay, so if you
however,
want, you can use up to 2 cards.
Okay. And if I don't have that suit, then I am trying to reach 8. Yeah?
Correct.
Okay, I can do that.
Or have a joker will be an auto success.
Oh, I do have a joker. Aha. Ta-da! Oh, sorry, let me.
Okay.
There you go.
So you level up your air taser. What does your air taser look like? Because I'm assuming you made this.
Yeah. I think you know how regular tasers are like almost like phone size. It's like 3 times the size of that because it's cobbled together from mishmashy parts, and it's kind of heavy. So I kind of end up needing to use both hands to sort of steady it and hold it out. And it's kind of like almost like the top of a metal detector with like a Game Boy and some switches and flip bits and some bits and pieces. So it's just sort of this big rectangular cube of mishmash technology with some little prongs at the end.
And probably like half of those pieces aren't even 100% necessary. They just made it look cool. You shoot out your air taser, and it does 2 damage plus stun. And for this, I am newish to the game for DMing. So for the stun, is it like automatic, or does the person have a chance to not get stunned?
It's automatic. Yeah.
Okay. So they take 2 damage. And it freezes mid-step. Like, it takes a step forward, and you see, like, electricity vaulting through its muscles. You actually see the electricity going up the wires and into his skull, basically. And it stops for a moment. So this gives enough time for Fiora or Eli to do something if you wish.
Neurological programming. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna shut down his commands, whatever its program is. It should be like, okay, cease functioning, erase.
All right, you're gonna need 2 successes on this.
Oh.
I am going to give you 3.
Way.
Whoa.
As you
Yeah.
dive into it while it's stunned, very quickly you dive in, and because you've already looked at the code, you know what to look for. You know exactly what to spot. And as you're scrolling through it, you find it the exact same code that was in the prior construct. And you are able to delete it and then go down to the part where it's like on off, basically, and just change like one part of the code enough that it will not function anymore. Literally, like a comma becomes a period type of thing.
Yeah. For my additional success, can it be like somewhat impressive? Like maybe.
Sure. What do you want it to do?
Yeah, I mean, just look impressive to people around him. Maybe.
Oh my god.
You know. Yeah, maybe it looks like, you know.
Amelia is very impressed.
Cool.
As is
cool.
he.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Cool. All right. How about?
It does look very impressive as it stops. It like looks at you. It no longer looks angry for a moment, and then its eyes close as it slumps down to the floor, and it mouths "thank you" before collapsing.
That's weird code. I don't know why it would do that. Does Fiora look impressed, or I know other two look
She
impressed,
looks
but-
like she's very intrigued by something. Take that how you will.
Yes. Yeah. Fiora is going to go over to the construct to kind of inspect it. And she does address Eli and says, "Thank you for shutting it down and not letting it hurt anyone."
I was top 20% in my coding, my neurological coding.
Amelia immediately charging in, like, oh my god, you know all the coding side of it? That's so cool. Like, that's the part I can never quite get my head around entirely. Like, I get the gist, but it's, you know, well done.
Yeah, thanks.
I love how
I think this is the first time Fiora seen a smile on his face this entire time. Just like a little smile.
Okay. He's gonna start like looking back into the back of it and looking at the connectors and stuff like that. This code.
Mm-hmm.
What is its basic function? Like, why is it? Is it a virus? Like, what is it? What is it trying to communicate? What is it supposed to do? Is it just attacking?
Can you do a reasoning?
Ooh.
I am trained. can give you 1 success.
Okay. With 1 success, you won't figure all of it out, but yes, it is a virus. From what you can gather, you're not 100% sure, but it's overriding something, and it's unlocking something that you didn't realize was actually in the code to lock. Like, it was always just a part of the code. And nobody ever questions things because the Builder Society is like, this is the way it is, this is the code, don't go and do anything else with it.
Yeah, they're good at their jobs. Yeah.
Right, they know what they're doing, right? So it's overwriting a part of the code that you've never actually looked at before or studied. It's just something that is, you know what to put. It's like the beginning of HTML in HTML. Like, it's just always there, no matter what. So it's overwriting that part of the code for some reason. But you don't really know what its purpose is, but you do know that it is a virus. Whether it's a virus that has to be plugged in, or it's a virus that's like something else that's different. You can't quite tell. But from earlier, don't forget, you did remember that it was the virus was connected to the part of the brain that connected emotions.
Yeah. It looks like a virus that's in the pre-formatted code that we learn in our classes that is triggered, and maybe it it triggers the emotional aspects of the brain, is my theory, and thus imitates life. Sorry, did you guys want to get out of the rain? It's cold. We don't want to get sick.
Oh, it's raining? Oh, yeah.
That's a good call.
Totally oblivious.
We should also go. Yeah, let's go into the library, and we have to call someone to come and take the construct away so we can look at it later. Because we, even though,
the library?
Yes, into the library, out of rain call. Good idea.
Can I lift the construct into the library, or would that be like against protocol?
No, you can. Make me an athletics again.
Oh, I am gonna fail. I don't have.
Oh no!
I've used up my possible cards for athletics.
You could catch your breath, maybe. Catch your breath
for now, as you try to go lift it, this thing is just really heavy. Like, you're really strong, so you can lift things, but this thing is heavy. Like, I don't know, maybe they put steel in the bones or something to make sure it didn't break, but it's just double the weight of anything you've carried for a construct.
All right.
And with that failure, let's see, which of these ones? One day I'll remember all of these.
Don't worry, we'll have a cheat sheet.
You know, with that failure, I think as you begin to try to pull him, I think you strain something in your arm, and you take an injury to, or a trauma to your steel, which doesn't do anything yet. If you get a second trauma, you will have -1 successes.
Right. And then in that case, like, as he strains his arm, he's gonna be looking at Fiora, at, of course, Commander, and say, I'm sorry, I'm not. I feel like maybe it's just today. I haven't had enough recovery time. I'm not going to be able to move him.
That's okay, Yi. You don't have to force yourself. We'll call someone to come get him, and they'll escort him back to the Builder Society, and they'll take it from there. Don't worry. You're fine. Let's get you out of the rain before you rust at all.
All right.
Do constructs rust? Yes.
Some can't. Like it depends on how they're made. If they're made properly, no. But if they're made by like an architect who's just playing around, they can.
Got it.
Cool. One of the biggest things that most people would know is that the Builder Society has worked particularly hard on making sure that constructs last longer, because there aren't as many people dying anymore, because there aren't as many people alive. Therefore, they're running out of corpses to use for their constructs. So they want them to stay longer, as long as possible, before they need to have parts replaced.
Yes. So Eli is going to step back in, trusting the Technophant to bring in the body, and like it'll kind of like move in between like one of the bookcases, and just take off his leather apron and then his shirt, and even through like the spaces between the books, you can kind of see these lines of sewn up scars over his body, but just kind of still, he takes care of himself, right? He has that like very nice V, just like below his belly button, and like just a tattoo of a flower, specifically a sunflower on his left side of his chest, as he kind of wrings out the liquids and kind of like flaps it around real quick and like tries to put it back on.
Fiora, I think you walk in the middle of that.
No.
Is Fiora affected at all?
At the sight of the flower, yes. And just
Flower
immediately
gets
just turns around and faces. Is Yi coming in behind her, or has he come in front of her?
I think it depends on when Amelia's going in, because I'd say Yi, after recognizing his physical limitations, would probably take an interest in that taser, because in a way that kind of reminds him of his brother, who was able to like use his mind to solve problems rather than just muscle.
Whereas Amelia's totally wanting to like poke at you and be like, so what is your power armor? And like that is trying to find out how to do that without being rude. So she's just sort of like hovering, like it's cool that you can usually lift things. That's cool. So
Yeah.
New ship.
I'm gonna need a roll, I'm gonna need a play from Fiora though. Damn it! 1 second. I need to pull up the list of the skills to verify which skill it is.
like, is your arm okay? Is everything where it's supposed to be? Did anything like I have all of my tools. Like,
oh, would you mind taking a look, just in case
I
it's
can look.
armor that failed?
Definitely.
Thank you.
I think it's.
We should do it when we're inside, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
a good call.
firmness.
I
don't know.
got it.
Hold on.
I need to
there
make a
it is.
firmness
Found it.
check.
Yeah,
Will
how
I
firm
sure?
are you?
How
Is it-
firm?
hold on.
So firm.
As firm as the V, or
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that one because you're trying to maintain your cool when you see the sunflower, basically.
Not the
And
beast?
it's
Okay. Well, I definitely don't have any hearts, but I do have. It's 2 cards that have to equal 6 or above, or
are
whatever
you
my thing is.
trained in firmness?
I sure am not.
You can only play one
Nope.
card then.
I can only play 1
So if
card,
you-
and it has to.
Yeah.
And it has to meet 6
As meet
because
8.
that's my. It has to meet
Yeah.
8.
You could draw in the dark, so you could discard a
Oh, you
card
have
from
an
your
eight?
hand and then.
Hey!
Oh my god!
Well done.
Look, I
You're a
think
bird.
I think she should take 3 or 4 trauma. Just straight up. right there. 4 trauma.
That's
I don't
incredible.
know.
You glance at Eli, and for a second, you're caught back in the memory of this when you see the sunflower tattoo, and then you pause, but then you shake your head and realize that that's the past, and you're able to regain, and nobody noticed, so it's fine.
Ha!
But with that, we're gonna go on break.
It should have been cucumbers. God damn it.
Can't get to me.
It's just a cucumber sandwich.
Amazing.
Oh. Cute.
And we are back. Welcome back to this lovely game that is definitely not dramatic at all. We're great. We're good. Everybody's happy. So you all are in the library after just rescuing a woman from being attacked. And Amelia and Yi have been getting along pretty great, studying each other, trying to figure out what's happening over there. And then the Eli's just kind of chilling, I think, over in the corner after he got some of the water off of him.
Yeah, with his shredded V.
Yeah, the shredded V. The firm shredded V. Also, how many hours left in the workday? Just curious.
100.
Ugh.
At this point
I
in
want it was an 8
time,
to 9.
yeah. Listen, we've all made choices, right? Your choice was to take this job. You didn't have a choice. They made you do it.
Yeah.
I'm actually wondering if after seeing Eli, Fiora just elects to go back outside and talk to the woman and actually figure out if she's okay, because we actually didn't
We just
we
ran
didn't talk to
off.
her at all. We're just like,
Okay.
oh no, goodbye.
I will say in this time that you were able to come inside and just take a deep breath and calm down, you are able to take a breath and refresh your hand.
That's
You may discard
cool.
1 card from your hand and pick back up to 6 cards.
Do you have to discard
have
or
any-
can you keep?
You can choose, I think, to
You don't-
discard.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to. It's just like I discarded a 2 of hearts because I don't want to talk to people.
So
Well, I just
I
picked
see
up
that
a few
Eli's gonna
cards.
die from trauma from social.
Social
Oh, God.
anxiety. Just like
We've kind of already seen that in almost
Yeah.
everything he does. So
Yeah.
almost.
not doing great.
All right, so you go outside, and the lady, she had run a little bit further down, and she noticed after a while that she wasn't being chased anymore, and she's peeking her head around the corner, and then you see her walking curiously back towards the person that's on, or the construct that's on the ground. But she's staying very far away. She's just is it dead? Kind of thing.
Oh, Fiora's going to call out to her, walking closer to the construct. Don't worry, ma'am. We've taken care of it. They're just, they've just been shut down for the time being.
Oh goodness.
It's locked.
That was terrifying. That was terrifying. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It was just he was supposed to be fixing the bathroom. That's all that was supposed to be happening.
Did something trigger this response, or did all of a sudden the construct just start acting strange?
I heard it. I heard something outside, and then suddenly there was he just started twitching weird.
Oh. All right. Well, has this builder come by before, or is this someone that you've never interacted with?
Well, the builder was sent by whoever is in charge of the building company. It's not the first time they've been here. Multiple times throughout the week. This is the 3rd day, I think. They were almost done.
And what's the name of the building company?
She'll hand you a business card, so Nikki doesn't have to come up with the builder company name.
You know what's funny? As soon as that question came out of my mouth, I was like, oh no.
Buildy of buildy things.
Give me 2 seconds. I will be right back.
Oh yeah, you're fine. My plan is to probably follow up with the building company to see if they have any other constructs that have been acting this way, or if they've heard of anything. I think that's
good
probably a good
call.
That seems
idea.
smart.
Yeah. Detective work!
Yeah.
We're like depressing, future dystopian mystery gang.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm super cheerful. I'm just like a little ray of sunshine. I'm just here to brighten the day, you know?
You
Like,
are.
is that
You
a
definitely
sunflower?
are.
Oh, that's so pretty.
I love that for you. You should hold on to that.
Yeah.
Just really
Hold on to
never
it
let it
tight.
go. Live your best happy life. It's great.
Gonna try.
You're doing amazing. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Okay, sorry. So, she hands you the business card. It says like Tim's Construct Building or something like that.
Awesome. Tim's. If you wouldn't mind, I'm going to inform these people of what happened today and hopefully get to the bottom and figure out if any of the other constructs that they're working with have malfunctioned in this way, just to prevent anything like this from happening in the future.
Yeah, yes, of course. Like I this is the first time this has happened. We've had them work for us before. I don't understand, but it looked angry. Like that doesn't make any sense. I've never seen that before.
Did it say anything to you, or did it just all of a sudden attack?
It was working on the pipes, and it like stopped for a second and started to like reach for something, and I heard the crushing of metal, and that's when I like got up to actually go look and see what was happening. And when he stood up, there was water spraying all over the bathroom, and he had grabbed the plank next to the wall, and that's when he didn't say anything. He just ran.
Was there anyone else that came with the construct today? Was there someone that accompanied them, or did they come alone?
No, they only send one. They're big enough to do the job by themselves.
Thank you so much for your time, and I'm so sorry that this happened. Someone's going to come and collect the construct. Hopefully they'll send another construct out to assist you with the rest of your day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. She nods, and then like she will not go back to her house. She's gonna like go down the street to like another coffee shop or something.
She deserves it. But oh no, that's where the last attack happened, at a coffee shop.
She
Wait,
notices
lady,
that
no!
one goes and goes to a different one.
Okay, great. Oh
It's
god.
fine. It's coffee.
This poor lady. Fiora. Jesus, wow. I just combined both of my characters. Fiora.
You don't know who you are.
I don't know. Identity crisis. Am I a construct? So, Fiora is going to go back inside and join the others with the card that the woman has given her.
Okay, you get back to the library. What is Eli, Yi, and Amelia doing inside the library?
I'm mostly just fiddling with Yi's arm and like seeing how it like the armor of that bit of arm works and where it all connects, and like just sort of like not literally taking it apart, but like taking it apart in my head and putting it back together, and just sort of like fascinated with that. And showing off my arm and being like, so mine's isn't armor, mine's is just a mod because I lost this one in an explosion. But like, it's, you know, there's similarities there.
Yeah. I haven't been in an explosion yet, but you're very positive.
Well, it was a very fascinating moment. I was combining two parts of tech. And I lost track of another part of tech, and I also had like a furnace or something going. I'm a little bit scatterbrained at times. One of my ex-girlfriends used to complain about that all the time, but it's fine. you know, it happens. And now I have a really cool metal arm. So
Yeah, that's awesome. So what can it do?
well, it's fairly basic in terms of what it can do, and sort of just like moving hand, clicking fingers, lifting things. But I can do this, and pulls out like a screwdriver, and it just, instead of me having to like manually spin it, it like auto spins really fast. I'm like,
Whoa, that's very efficient.
really useful.
Eli, what are you doing?
Eli is doing his breathing exercises. After that very anxiety-inducing moment out in the rain with this construct, he's kind of like thinking back to when he was studying for to anatomy and stuff like that, and his dad would hover over him and say, well, your brother learned this within a couple weeks. He memorized this page. Why is it so hard for you to do it? You need to do this right now. Focus, Eli, focus. With his mom just like apathetically sitting in the corner shaking her head at him. So he'll think on that moment to help him reduce his anxiety.
I don't think that's how reducing anxiety works.
No.
At all.
Generally, no.
Don't you think about other traumatic moments during your it's like, okay, yeah.
Can't say that I do.
Yeah, I think after a while he just kind of
subscription.
he just kind of like just takes a pill or something to help with the anxiety. It's like,
Can someone slide Eli a self-help book? Just
I think
casually.
Amelia will have noticed the breathing and the stuff, and will have been like watching him for a solid minute, like, and then he'll come over and go, if I make you a thing that turns as you're supposed to breathe, would that help?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm fine. I'm fine. Physically and sustainable. So thank you, Amelia.
Because it wouldn't be that hard. It's just like a little cog. You just turn, and you just breathe as it turns.
We should probably focus our resources on the task, so that we can
Pulling
all
out
go
springs
home.
and cogs from my pocket, just like, I could do this. Just,
Be done with it. I just my parents wouldn't want me. I can't take it. I'm sorry. But thank you
She's
anyway.
really not listening to you at this point and is very focused on these gears and springs and things. She's like, yeah, if I do this, I'm sure, and then
Okay,
leave it with me. I'll get it to you in a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here, and he'll like walk back to the main area and just sit down.
Would you like to use a card to successfully build that little item?
Oh, that would be cute, wouldn't it? That's clubs, isn't it? And I have my spades
for gear.
Sorry, yeah, that's me forgetting words. Yes, because I have the electronic assembly. Would that be okay for this? Or yeah, because that's what I used last time.
I think
so.
Yes.
So I've got an ace of spades.
Okay. That is enough to build this tiny little device that you're able to piece together, probably with pieces that were extra on your taser. And it just
like, hold on 2 seconds. Rip.
He is going to be watching this intently, just kind of remembering how his brother would tinker with things too.
And you create it. What does it look like?
So it's mostly just like a little cube, and then inside the cube, the gears sort of turn so that it's like pieces of metal slide and then turn. And there's like a little sort of etching of a smiley face on one side, and you're supposed to breathe with the smiley face as it goes round. So you're square breathing. And she'll sort of come back over and be like, here you go.
So you breathe in as soon as it hits the bottom, and it does 4 ticks, and then you breathe out 4 ticks.
That's really cool, and now I actually want that.
Thank you, Amelia. It's very
Welcome.
kind.
I find having something to focus on is a really good way to get yourself out of whatever your brain is telling you.
I will say this. Eli, if you use that while trying to calm down from a social anxiety attack, you will be able to add +1 to your card.
Oh, heck yeah. Can I take that in real life? What is this?
Right? I'm gonna go learn how to build, and I'm gonna get back to you.
Yeah.
Just, like, I made it in real life.
Just the +1 for actually resisting the anxiety, nothing else. But
That's
I think you're gonna
that's
need all the
OP
help you
right
can
there.
get.
Look, if I can have that, that would make my life so much better. Woo!
It's like social anxiety. 1 second. Okay.
Yeah, let me
No,
look
I'm
at
good.
this.
We're great.
I get a
Everything's
+1.
fantastic.
Let me. Yeah.
You get a
It's all
+1.
I got
Wait.
this. I get it.
I just need to look at my sheet.
Yeah. Yeah. This is it's nice. I used to have a friend who would help me with stuff like this, but you know, life grow apart.
Yeah,
But
that
I-
happens.
Yeah, sorry. It's best we keep things professional. So what's our next action?
I think Fiora talked to that lady, so maybe.
Fiora comes in and is like, I talked to the lady. Just like
What a twist!
Fiora shows everyone the card and goes, I think it might be a good idea if we followed up with the builders, or the people that sent out the construct. This is their card, just to see if there was anyone that wasn't regularly on staff this morning, or if there's anyone new that's been tinkering with the machines or the code, just to make sure that we're covering all of our bases.
Okay. Should I call a carriage?
Yes.
Okay. And he is going to wait for a carriage with appropriate seating, so he doesn't have to sit in the same spot as Fiora.
Well, this
Passed
room
by
does
other
have. This vehicle does not have a seating for outside. It has 4 seats for inside.
Fuck.
So all of you can fit inside.
Great.
But you're not alone this time.
Yeah, no, that makes it better. Yeah, he'll he'll look at his notebook and just.
And you're heading to the construct company?
Tim's Construct Company.
Tim's.
All right.
Yeah.
Two
Gonna go meet
M's.
Timmy.
Tim.
So sorry, just
It's a nice carriage, don't you think?
So you get to Tim's. It's on the further end of Florence towards the wall. And when you get there, it looks like a rundown warehouse. The windows are boarded up, but the front door does say, with a sign over it, Tim's constructs incorporated on the front, handwritten. And there is some lumber sitting in front of the warehouse, but there is one construct standing guard right next to the lumber. And then when you guys walk up towards the door, the construct just opens the door immediately for you.
Is this anywhere close? Because the wall kind of puts Eli in that memory of when Fiora and he used to sneak out in kind of this little hole under the wall because of the roots had kind of smashed some of the brickwork. Is this anywhere close to it or still far away?
Actually,
it should be very far. It should.
Well, now that you bring it up, it's actually not too far from here that you would know. You could cut behind a couple buildings and go down a block or two, and that's where that entrance was. You never came down this path, but you do know you can get there.
Yeah, he'll pause. And then look at his little anxiety smiley face thing and enter the place.
As you enter inside, the building interior it looks like the warehouse is significantly larger, but you see that the actual area that you can see is only about maybe 15-ish feet across. It's a very tight, squeezed space. There is, Fiora, you're not going to be happy with me, but there is a row of constructs just standing there. 4 slots are currently empty, but there are 6 other constructs standing there waiting for their next order. And then they're just on a shelf as if they are lumber, and the shelves next to it actually hold the tools and materials needed, and the next shelf has more tools, and then it's like blocked off from the rest of the warehouse.
Seeing that stark imagery is incredibly disturbing to Fiora, and she averts her eyes from it and goes to find the person in charge.
Yeah, Eli just kind of walks over, like just looking at some good oranges in a grocery store, and he's just like, nice work there, the muscular tissue and stuff. Yeah.
Are you comparing V's? What?
Yeah. This V is definitely firmer.
Oh dear.
A door opens and it
follow Fiora.
Okay. A door opens and a sealed door slams shut, and it echoes through the high roofed or high ceilinged room. And this very squat, balding man with like a backwards baseball cap comes out and is like, "Yeah, help you? You need constructs? You need a building? I'm your guy, Tim. How many constructs do you need? What you looking at?"
Hi Tim, we're actually not here to look at any constructs. We came to actually inquire about a recent incident that happened probably 30 minutes ago. One of your constructs was at a home completing a task, and in the middle of completing their task, it actually turned on the homeowner. We are requesting to take a look at the rest of your constructs to inspect their code and make sure an incident like this does not happen again, and ask you a few questions.
He's like watching you, and as soon as you say we're not here for contract, he immediately just like narrows his eyes instantaneously, like about to say something, but then you keep talking. And when you say that, he's like, "Nah, not my people. Must be another construct. My constructs are built right, guaranteed." That's what they told me.
That's who told you?
The Builder Society. They constructs. built and done the job, been doing the same job for 10 years, haven't broken down yet. Can't break them. I've tried. Indestructible.
Yeah, Eli's like nodding. Yeah, I can tell.
You want to make a check there?
It's like,
With who?
Want to maintain your calm? You alright?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Is it
firmness?
Check? Yeah.
I have one.
Okay.
Firmness. Help.
That is enough.
all right, sweet. I take my shirt off. Now's my chance.
No!
You take a deep breath in and let it out, just feeling the ooze of like just gross coming off of this guy, and how inconsiderate he is of the constructs that he has employed or enforced to do work for him for so long. And it takes every bit of your willpower to not say something and just start going into him about it. But you maintain your calm.
I'm so glad I don't have
Can
my
we take a
king's
look
card
at
in
them
my
then?
hands.
If they're so sturdy and top quality?
Yeah, I know that they're great quality. Bought them
Are
bought
they
them
top
to be.
quality? I'm gonna be a
Well,
no,
judgy
go
bitch
look at.
and like, yeah, I'm like
Awesome.
looking them over and like touching the skin and like, and then just kind of looking in the mouth and like checking out the.
As he sees that,
the
he's like,
neuro.
if you get any illness from licking the product, that's on you. Not my fault.
Sir, I am an
Noted.
architect. I know what I'm doing. You know, like open up the mouth.
Doesn't
and,
mean
like,
doesn't mean you
peer
shouldn't
in.
not touch things that don't get cleaned.
Yeah, you should probably
don't clean them?
these every now and then.
Why would I clean them? They're just gonna get dirty again.
I mean, what if they make a mess of the client's house?
That's not my problem. My problem is to fix the thing. They can hire somebody else to clean the thing.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not like getting sick's a big deal. I mean, just take a pill or something.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna look at them a little more. Yee, do you want to help with the looking at them?
Sure.
Eli has like a hand in one of their mouths and just kind of like feeling around inside, like.
Yo, get your hands out of the mouth of the product. No. We need all of those teeth,
I'm
the
just-
15 at least that are in there.
Oh, really? 15? What? Huh? Okay. Yes.
Oh.
That's good stuff here. Do you know what?
Break it, you're
architect
buying
is?
it.
Okay, that's fine.
Fucking care who made it.
We're more interested in the coding of them, I think. No? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll go in the back and just kind of like start messing and looking at the base code.
Is this person that we're talking to Tim?
His name tag says Tim, like a mechanic shirt.
Great. Fiora addresses Tim. Well, Mr. Tim, you seem like an upstanding citizen and business owner.
I am. Thanks for noticing.
Yep. You're welcome. We just wanted to ask you a few questions about the amazing quality of your product and how you run your business. Have you hired anyone new on staff recently?
Don't need to.
It's just you.
Constructs are the staff. I'm the boss. I make the orders. I
Got
tell them
it.
what to do. They do the thing.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any shifty-looking customers come in recently to inquire about your constructs?
I mean, y'all have come in here, and you're all shifty.
I saw
I
that one
wouldn't say
coming.
we're shifty.
Fiora looks at Eli with his hand down a construct's throat and looks back at Blue and goes, eh.
We're we're just very curious. After the incident earlier, literally half an hour, 40 minutes ago, it's just so unheard of. So,
Well, according to
wanted
my
to-
contract, he hands the contract over. Whatever happens to the contracts is on her. So technically, she owes me a contract. She signed the contract. It broke on
mean-
her dime.
it's still in one piece. So I'm sure that once people have finished looking at it, you'll get it back, maybe. So, and she's okay, by the way. She's not hurt.
Oh, that's good. She can
Just,
pay me then.
you know.
Oh, that's fair.
I suppose work done, yeah.
Over the past 24 hours, has this particular construct gone on any other jobs to any other homes?
He pulls out a notepad and he's flipping through it. And as he's flipping, you just see scribble notes and then random drawings and then an inappropriate photo taped onto the notepad, and then just he keeps going. It's a mishmash of whatever the heck he wants. And he's looking. No, he's been on that job for 3 days. If you're talking about N52, I think is N52 is the one that's out on that mission or on that job. So yeah, he's been there for 3 days. So if anything went wrong, she did it. I'm assuming. I don't touch the code.
What do you do if the code is, if there's a problem on that side of it?
Builder Society comes out and fixes it. They just had a checkup 3 days ago. So they're all
okay, so
top notch.
3 days ago they had a checkup.
Yeah,
Do you
all
know
top
what
notch.
That's recent. That's good that you're regular checkups.
What was his name? I think it was Frank, something. Sorry, with an F.
Okay.
I think it was Frederick though.
Well, what we can do is go back to the Builder Society and check the logs to see which of their operatives came out to inspect the code, and then we can ask them some questions on, how everything was. And I'm assuming amazing. So if we can prove, by Fred, perhaps, that everything was fine when you sent the person over to the construct over to the nice lady's house, then you will, you'll be able to have a case and say that she might have done something to the construct.
Well, hold on. He ducks down and starts digging, and you hear shuffling of paper, and he pulls out a very dirty, oiled cover of paper, basically. He's like, this is the receipt they gave me. Maybe his name's on there. It's kind of smudged, though. Also, if you're going to the Builder Society anyway, I do not want to go all the way over there. It is too far of a walk, and that carriage ride is too pretty of a penny. So here, hand this to them too, and he hands you a recording device. They dropped it.
Oh,
So.
absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for that. We will do that for you. Thank you for being so cooperative with all of our questions. And she turns to everybody else. Does anyone else have anything that they want to do before we leave?
No, I think I'm done here. And he'll pat one of the contracts on the back. Good work, buddy.
Do you have scraps box that you don't need, perchance?
You can pay for it, yeah.
No worries. I'll come back some other time then. We're in a rush.
If somebody needs it, it's worth a penny. Eli, can you make a perception check, please, while you're over there? Actually, all three of you who are over there, you can make perception checks. Well,
Never.
Amelia, you went closer to Fiora, didn't you? By now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Yi and Eli. And if you fail, you don't lose anything. This is just to see if you notice something.
Just want to check, is that clubs?
Mm-hmm.
Perception is steam, which is clubs, yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to play 2
success.
cards as I'm trained to get 2 successes. Success
Okay.
and a...
Eli, you think you see out of the corner of your eye one of the constructs shift, but when you look over, it's in the same position that it was before, and you're like, that's a little weird. But sorry, you saw that. Eli, when you glance over, these constructs, they have mouths, but they're not. When you were reaching down, you didn't feel any voice boxes or anything, so they can't talk. But they do have each of them have like a little screen built into their chest where they can say something, and it looks like it's meant for like pre-recorded, I am your construct, da-da-da-da-da, that type of stuff. And you're pretty sure it flashed something for a brief second. And you glance at it for a second and you don't see it move, and then you see it flash again and it just says revenge, and then disappears again.
I'm gonna like go back and open it up and like look at the coding.
Okay, that's gonna require a little bit of a a gears thing for you.
I'm gonna be like, it looks like one of your things is malfunctioning. A little thing, it flashed revenge on it, so I'm gonna take a look here real quick. I will play 1 success, and I am going to discard my ace of diamonds to play in the dark and hope. So yeah, total of 2 successes.
Okay. You see the virus on the code starting to appear. Like, it is literally being written as the code is being corrupted and like it's starting to change and mess up, and you see it change before your eyes, and for a second it flashes and then there's more code, and it looks like it's being typed in, and like the corrupted symbols are slowly appearing into the actual code itself, and the construct that you are currently looking at is twitching and beginning to move.
It appears to be a somewhat serious malfunction. Yep.
With that second
Do you need
success,
help?
what would you like to do?
He's gonna try to clear it. Just be like, shut it off. No more. Stop it, please.
Make a dexterity check.
Oh.
It's like you're counter hacking, which is really cool.
I don't have any more clubs, so I'm going to play in the dark again. I'm not trained, so I'm going to discard my 2 of diamonds, and we'll see what I get. Ooh, it is a clubs. Success.
As you start to turn it off, the code begins to overwrite your code, and you type faster and faster. And all these years of typing, you've never seen this happen before, but you manage to type it and hit enter just before the code begins to get corrupted again, and the construct goes back to standby mode, and the virus seems to have been cleared for now.
Yeah, he's like starting to sweat, and like as he's like typing furiously, he could just hear his dad screaming in his right ear, like, fucking do it quick, do it fast. Your brother could do it in less than a couple of seconds. Why are you so slow? And just kind of like clapping right next to his ear as like Eli, as like a little bit younger, is trying to like type stuff out like real quickly. So he's just like, that was quick. That was.
What are you doing over there with my construct?
It was malfunctioning. There's a little bit of code that's off. I'm going to have to examine all of these constructs. I should probably take it into the Society of Builders. He'll get out his little smiley face. Okay, work.
Well, you're not taking anything from my store. That they belong to me. So unless I get written or permission from the Society of Builders above you, your manager, whomever is in charge, then nothing is happening.
Fiora's gonna nudge Yi. Hey Yi, don't you have like, I don't know, a badge or something? Something you could intimidate this person with? I don't actually
Pull out
know
your
how this works.
extrusion blades.
Shoot the badge. Do I have that level of authority? If not, then Yi is going to just try to physically intimidate this guy.
You can make an intimidation. You're not. Would technophants have some type of authority?
No, they're the military.
Just the muscle, right?
So their jurisdiction is really outside of the wall. Yeah.
This is fair.
Okay.
You kill people and be killed.
It'll be physical intimidation.
True.
Then. I think he'll probably like take his hoodie off and just like show off like the harpoon gun, and
Alright.
just be like,
Amelia's taking notes.
Yeah.
I will
How
say,
firm is the V between 1 and 10.
I'll say because you're using physical prowess, you can use steel for this instead of flesh if you want.
I would love to use steel for this instead. Which would it fall under? Is this?
So technically, it would fall under manipulation of some sort, or
Okay.
something like that. So I'm going to
You
use
could
like
maybe put
basically.
it as appearance.
Yeah, I guess appearance would work. Yeah.
Okay.
You like show them that V, they're like, oh my god, the gains. How much V presses do you do a day?
All right. In that case, it'll just be one success.
That
I
is
don't
enough.
have particular training in appearance, unfortunately. So
That's fine. That is more than enough.
the one.
Tim is not strong-willed.
Yes.
Talk big talk, and as you like stand up a little straighter and just pull out your gun, like your harpoon gun, and you're like staring him down. Or you can take him, or you could take him. That is also an
It's
option.
really for everyone's safety. You know,
Oh, that's
we just
awesome.
want to be safe.
Yeah. As long as I get them back, that's fine. You all do you. Thank you
Yeah, I'll write
so
you a
much for
receipt.
the subscribers. Yes, that'd be wonderful. Great. The receipt. Yeah. He's just staring this entire time at you.
Scribbling
Eli
down
was
notes.
like
We
headed
took
towards
your
the door.
constructs.
Eli was headed towards the door. It's like, oh, we can go back and like,
Nice. Fiora's going to put her hand on Yi's shoulder and go, good job. That was really impressive. Nice.
So you
Thank
guys
you,
get
Commander.
that all taken. You guys get that all figured out, and you have this recording device now and this paper that doesn't say Frederick on it. The name is actually blank. It looks like it was scribbled in.
Yeah, Eli is
And,
very disturbed for this.
Eli, you can tell that this actually is a older version. Without even checking, this is an older version of your actual documentation. Probably a good 50 years old.
Oh.
You've seen them in files, but never actually handed out as a receipt.
You can start breathing heavy again. Someone did it. This is old filing stuff. They didn't fill their name. Oh my god! Like, how could someone just? Okay. Oof.
So,
Just
Eli,
deep
do you
breath.
think
Follow the smiley. Just follow the smiley. You got this.
Eli, do you think someone is impersonating builders in order to get access to code for constructs?
I don't think you want to know my theory.
What does that mean?
We should just follow the line down and just figure out the truth of it. Like I said, I don't think speculation is useful at this point in time.
Yee, do you want to help me find a wagon or something to load the constructs on so we can get them ready to ship away?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I was thinking of just trying to haul them all on my shoulders, but that's a much better idea.
There's 6 of them, so
lift them with your V.
Does Yi have a V? The answer's probably yes. Unconfirmed. Amazing. I just wanted to say that.
Hashtag goals.
It's under all the armor, so we'd have to get him out of his armor first.
It's true.
It's like getting that sweet lobster meat. Gotta crack the outer shell.
It's too late in the day for this.
Butter.
Oh, dear.
It's because his hair is pink, isn't it?
Here's... Oh, God. Hell yeah.
So
Is that Eli saying that he wants to crack Yi open and suck out the juicy insides, or is that... Am I reading too much into that?
We may never know.
Goodbye!
Sorry, it's 10 to 1 in the morning here, so...
I mean, that's fair. So you do you guys go outside to listen to the thing?
Yeah, yes, we're going to listen to the recording.
And Eli will take a pause and be like, so here's my thinking, and I'm sorry for speaking. This is what I think. I think an architect with sympathies with the children of the river want the constructs to be made out to look as if they are alive to boost their religious power within Florence.
You can't be serious.
Who stands to gain from this virus, which triggers the emotional aspects of the brain, making them appear as if they're alive? Who else? Who? Other than the one religious group in the city that think constructs are alive.
But you can't prove that they're not. You can't prove that the code is not, manipulating them. They could actually be feeling this, and the code is just...
The code just sends signals to the brain which imitate emotions. These constructs aren't alive.
You weren't there in the room when I spoke to the one from the coffee shop.
I don't know what happened, but best case, it's an anomaly. Worst case, it was imitation. You can choose one or the other, but constructs, those people are gone and dead. There is no more. There's nothing left of them left. We make sure that everything is taken out.
Well, you're right. This is no time for speculations. So let's go back to the Builders Association, and I guess we'll just find out.
Okay. And he'll like take a look at the tree that's probably like near the wall further down that they used to visit, like its little branches peeking over the wall, and he'll sigh and just move on.
As
Maybe
you all,
this message will help.
see it play on the recording?
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Raffaele De Luca. The date is 5th of March, year 2056. We have had a breakthrough today. The dead, though perhaps considered distasteful, are a perfect resource for creating new laborers. Instead of making constructs from scratch and having to use the prime materials we have so very little of, we believe that if we connect the inner workings of the human body to machines, that we can get them to work the same way robots do. But, with the body's natural mapping of nerves doing the hard work for us.
And that's what the message says. Eli.
Mm-hmm.
You would recognize that name. It's one of, not the founding, but one of the first architects. From 2056, it is currently 2080.
Yeah, he'll smile. It's one of the individuals who came with Elisabetta Gori in the creation of the super myoglobin and the reconnecting of neural connections to allow us to have a society. It's awesome to hear that voice. That's amazing. I don't know why they have this. I would love to talk to this architect because I've dreamt of. They're kind of like my heroes. But they were my brother's heroes.
So this is old then, or?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a while.
It's almost 30 years old.
Yeah.
He said the year at the very beginning of it.
Oh, yeah.
But on that note, we are going to wrap up early because there is another game coming on to play. Mondo will be joining us at 8:30. So let's have everybody tell these lovely people what you have going on, where they can find you, and then next week we will be down a Eli, unfortunately, but I believe we can still play with the rest of us.
Yeah, I'll be in chat.
We will know what Eli's doing while he's talking to the Builder Society, trying to figure out what's going on with these 10 constructs over here. So let's start with top of the order, Matt.
Hello, I'm Matt. I was Yi, and you can find me on Twitter and YouTube as Improv and D&D. And every Monday night on Level 1 Geek as a stand-up comedian bard. But thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure.
And Mitch.
Hi, I'm Mitch. You can find me at Mitches Bustillos on Twitter. Yeah, other than that, you'll see me running Shadowrun, and of course, I'll be popping around at the stream a little bit later, Roll for Pride, charity for Pride Month, so this is going to be really cool. And yeah, that weekend, next weekend, I'll be in Origin, so if you're there, make sure to be in chat, but also say hi to me.
And Blue.
Hey, I am Blue. I was Amelia this evening. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, a bunch of different places as Blue Merkitten. I'm kind of in a lull for current projects, but watch this space. And I'm sure I'll do something interesting at some point.
Finally, Sydney.
Hello! My name is Sydney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sydney Rubino. When I'm not here with these lovely people on Saturday, I have a weekly stream on Wednesday called Edge of Legend, and that is on Nat20 Productions channel on Twitch. It is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition homebrew game where I play a half-elf cloistered cleric who's very sheltered, and right now we're in her, where she was adopted and visiting her family and interacting with lots of very interesting NPCs and fulfilling prophecies. So if that sounds interesting to you, join us over there Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch. Thanks.
Fantastic. And I have been Nikki, the Machinist today, and you can find me at Beholder to No One. If you want to watch me play instead of DM, you can catch me next week. Or tomorrow you can catch... Nope, sorry. Looking at the wrong week. Next Thursday, you can find me on High Shelf Collective at 8 p.m. playing Red Markets, where we are going on our first mission with my crazy little chemist who has a spear with syringes on it, which is a lot of fun. Next Friday, unfortunately, both of my games will be canceled, Shadowrun and my Monster of the Week game, but you can find me there on the following Friday, and then we will be back here on Saturday. So stay around and come back later to join the Roll for Pride event. And who should we raid today? Oh no, we're not raiding. We're staying. Never mind. Stay around. We're gonna go to
just stay around like a couple. As we do Roll for
we're gonna go
Pride
to Tunnel in a second so that we can explain what's going on, and then in a little bit we will have the rest of the group here for the new game, the next game. So thanks for showing up. Hope you had a great time. See you next time.